Hey guys, so today I am filming this makeup tutorial for you. This is kind of just a good autumn smoky eye. It incorporates sort of a bluey silver color, some warm kind of autumn browns, and also a touch of plum just to give it a little bit of color. I really like this look. I hope you guys do too, so let's just get on into it. By the way, I do want to mention I'm filming this like 7 hours after I've already done the makeup tutorial. I didn't have enough time to do an intro and an outro before I left to work. So if the lighting's different, that's why. But anyway, let's get on into it. Okay, so for this look, I've already primed my eyes with a little bit of my Cargo HD Picture Perfect eyeshadow primer. I really have been liking this stuff. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of tape so we can get a sharp line. This step, of course, is completely optional. Now the first thing that I'm going to start by doing is taking some type of a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is the brush I use for cream eyeshadow all the time, and a black eyeliner, something really smudgeable and something like really slick and very smooth. This here is the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes in the shade Onyx. And just taking the tip of this eyeliner, I'm just going to brush it up along the tip of the brush. So as you guys can see here, we got about that much product, and then I'm going to go in here and just start to pat this on my eyes. If you have a black eyeshadow base, you can also use that for this step. The next thing that we're going to do is take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and go into some type of a blending shade. I'm going to be using the Cargo Vintage Escape palette today for most of this look, except for kind of the plummy color we've got going on. However, the colors that I'm using are extremely dupeable, and I'm sure that you guys have colors like this in your collection. I'm going to start by taking the shade called Autumn, which is almost exactly like MAC's Soft Brown, maybe just a touch lighter. And we're just going to be running this through our crease. Next, taking a flat eyeshadow brush, we're going to be going into the shade here called Twigs. This is really similar to the silver shade in the Naked palette. For some reason, it's completely slipped my mind. Gosh dang it. Okay, I'm not going to let this bother me, but you guys know what I'm talking about, that kind of bluish silver that's in there that's next to the black. It's basically like a really dark silver shade. It just has a tinge of blue running through it, which I think makes it just look really pretty and gives it a little bit of something more than just kind of like a dark charcoaly silver. And with this, we're just going to go all over the eyelid. By the way, I've not done foundation or concealer or anything like that, just because obviously we're kind of working with darker shades, so if anything kind of falls down, I want to be able to clean it up without messing up my makeup. So I would advise that you do the same if you're recreating this look. Alright, so next we're going to be adding in a bit of this plum. So I'm taking the Lorac Pro 2 palette and I'm going into the shade called Plum. This has become just like my favorite purple eyeshadow because it's neutral enough where it's wearable, but it definitely still pulls off like purple. So you do get that little tiny bit of color, but as you can see, it's nothing really like dramatic. And I'm taking this on kind of like a MAC 217-esque brush. This is technically the one from Sephora. I tend to prefer it actually over my 217, which sucks because you can't find this brush anymore. But with this, I'm just going to start by stamping it kind of along the outside of my eye and then bring it through the crease. I find that the combination of these shades really work well together because you've got the warmth from the transition shade. You kind of got that cool lid shade going on. And then this plum shade, when you sort of sandwich it in between the two, it sort of just turns neutral. So really what you have going on is just not a super cool toned eye, not a super warm toned eye, just like a really pretty neutral smoky eye. The next thing I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of gel eyeliner. This here is the one from L'Oreal, and it is my favorite. And since I have that tape on, it's just going to make it really easy to get a nice wing to your liner. So as you can see over here, it's really easy to do this. Alright, so I've just peeled off that tape, so now what I'm going to do is go in with a black eyeliner. This one is the Jane one. You can use that same one that you used earlier on your lid. It doesn't really matter. I just prefer this one on my waterline. And then next I'm going to coat my lashes with the Mally Volumizing Mascara. I would definitely do fakes today, but I'm working such a long day and I know my fake eyelashes are going to drive me up a wall, so I'm just going to use mascara. However, typically if I wasn't wearing this for like 12 hours, I would definitely just use some fake eyelashes because it'd be really pretty. Alright guys, so we got our mascara on. I am now going to do my foundation and my concealer and the rest of my face, and then I will pop back and show you guys how I'm going to finish up on the lower lash line. Alright guys, so I've done the lower lash line to this eye, so that's kind of what the finished eye look will look like. So now we're just going to go and start on this other one. I'm going to start by taking that same black eyeliner that we used on our tight line, and we're going to run this through our waterline. Taking a small little brush, I'm going to be taking that plum shade again as my palette shuts on me from the Lorac Pro 2 palette. And we are just going to begin to buff this down here. So as you can see, I kind of took it a bit far. If you have smaller eyes, or if you feel like that like kind of smoky trick down there doesn't work for you, then you can just skip it, or you can just kind of keep it really, really close to the lash line. I just think it helps to pull the plum that we have going on up here down here. And then of course, if you guys have watched my tricks to a smoky lower lash line video, I'm going to be taking a black shade. So I'm just using the black from, again, the Lorac Pro 2 palette. Taking my push liner brush, I am just going to push this right at my lashes. Alright, then we're just going to follow up with some mascara on our lower lashes, and then we are done. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to tell you what I used to finish up the rest of my face. For my foundation, I used the go-to combination I mentioned in my August Awesomes and Awfuls. It's the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation with the Cargo 1 base, just kind of mixing these together. And like I said, I've had this on now for, this is 9 hours. And the foundation looks really, really good. And what I used to set that was this powder here. This is the Korres Wild Rose Brightening Powder. You guys know that this is seriously like my favorite powder of all time. I absolutely love it. And then for blush today, I used the Balm and Stain blush in the shade Houndstooth, which is a nice plummy color. I thought that it kind of played up the plummy tones we have going on the eyes. And then for the lips, I think you could definitely do a few different things with this. I did switch up my lip color like about 2 or 3 times throughout the day because I had a purse full of plum lip colors, so I just kind of alternated. I started off with a really bold berry lip, and now I'm kind of just at this soft lip gloss, just really easy lip, and I think I like this one the most just because the eyes are so dramatic. It's nice to have just a nice sheer plummy color on the lips. So this is the Maybelline Color Sensational Gloss in the shade Mirrored Mauve, and you guys can see it's just a nice plum, again kind of playing with all the plummy tones we have going on. So I hope you guys liked this. If you do, don't forget to thumbs it up and also leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you would like to recreate this look or what your thoughts are overall. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.